everybody, this is Heather Baltus, and in this video series we are going to be going over the IGETC pattern for transfer. So go ahead and open up your student ed plan and scroll down to the second page. If you plan on transferring to a UC, or if you're not sure and you're debating between a UC or a CSU, or if you're going to a private school, this is the pattern that you will want to fill out. Please note that you still have to have 60 transferable semester units in order to be able to transfer, so this is just a small portion of what they're looking for. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go back to our college catalog. Hopefully you have all these tabs from the previous video open so that we can just jump right in. So in your transfer guide curriculum, we are following the IGETC pattern, and these are all the different requirements that the UCs, the CSUs, or private institutions are requiring before you can even get to their school. So you have to fulfill these. So the first one is Area A. This is English communication. So we just read through this and start answering all these questions. So one course from each group. UCs only require group A and B. So if you're going to a UC, then you need to do this right here and this one. Group 1C is only if you're transferring to a CSU, so CSU only. So let's start. Group 1A, the classes that we have to choose from, only one. So let's go ahead and plug that in there. We're going to be taking English B1A. That is a 3-unit class, and we're off and running. So Group B. Now again, this is the really great thing about being a college student. You have 3 different options to choose from, and so you get to pick. So I would highly suggest that you go to this course list, type in English B2, see what pops up. We have Advanced Composition and Critical Thinking. So that's one option. It's a 4-unit class, and it does require the prerequisite of English B1A. So you have to be familiar with this, which means that you have to take English B1A before you can even get into this class. You can read the description, see if this is a fit for you, or the other option was English B3, Argumentative Writing and Critical Thinking Through Literature, again a 4-unit class, and again a prerequisite of English B1A. The other class was Philosophy B9, so let's go down there and see what it requires. This is a 3-unit class. Prerequisites are again English B1A. So all of these have that English B1A requirement. So I'm just going to pick Philosophy B9. You can pick whichever one you want, and that gets into our Area 1 requirement. If you're going to a CSU, then let's go back to our transfer guide. You have to fill out this oral communication section. If you're going to UC, then you don't have to do that. So we're going to put a blank in there because I'm pretending that I'm going to transfer to a UC in this example. Area 2, let's go check that out. Well, actually, you know what? I should fill this out because I'm transferring to Cal Poly in this example. So I'm going to come back in here, sorry, and put in communications B1. Alright, Area 2 now. Math. Okay, so we have all these different options to choose from. What I would highly suggest that you do, again, is go back to your curriculum that you want for the school that you want to transfer to. So for an agricultural business degree at Cal Poly, which is a CSU, I'm going to look down here at some of their support courses that they require. One of them happens to be Calculus for Business and Econ. The other one has to be Statistics. So how do I know which BC class fulfills these requirements? That's when I go to assist.org. So I'm looking for Math 221 and Stats 251. So let's go over here. And I've already matched this up for BC and Cal Poly. And I'm going to come down here, and here's their Math 221. It's a calculus class. So that means that if I took Math B2 here at Bakersfield College, then it would cover this class. Again, for stats, I'm going to look here, and Math B22 or Psych B5 are both eligible to transfer over there to fulfill this requirement. So in my Area 2, I'm actually going to put Math B22, and I am not sure if it is a 4 or 3 unit class, so I'm going to look that up really quick. It is a 4-unit class, so we're going to plug that in. And that Math B2, I'm going to go over here and look that one up. It is a calculus class, which means that you have to go through pre-calculus, which is the equivalent of Math B1A, before you can get into this class. So I think I have a lot of math classes on my placement scores that I kind of put in here. Yeah, I'm starting at Math B70, so I have Math B70. Let's see if I can get that stats class. If I have time, then I can take B1A and B2. I would save a lot of money here at Bakersfield College than doing that over at Cal Poly. So I'm actually going to go up here, and I'm going to kind of outline that in my coursework. I'm going to say I want to get into Math B1A, and then with the hopes of the next semester getting into Math B2. Because I can't take this class until I've taken this class. And I can't take this class, unfortunately, until I actually take Math B70. So I need to plug that in here somewhere as well. In fact, I need to move that over, so we make sure we get those in on the right semesters. There's my order of math classes. And in here, I can take Math B22. I'm very math ambitious today. Alright, let's go back to our transfer guide and let's look at Area 3, Arts and Humanities. 9 units, at least 1 course from Arts and 1 course from Humanities, and then the third one can be from either or. So again, going back to the course description, looking up different classes here, and seeing what piques your interest. So I'm going to go in here and go back down, and I like art, so I'm going to take an art class. I also like history, so I'm going to take a history class. Please read what the history entails, so pick one that you think you would like. And then, I'm going to take a music class. I think this one is music of rock and roll, so look that one up if you're interested. And that gets my Area 3 done. So let's move on to Area 4. We've got Social and Behavioral Sciences. 9 units, take 3 courses from at least 2 disciplines. So that means that you can't take all 3 courses in political science. You have to take 1 from political science, 1 from communication, and then the other one, it doesn't matter. Now here's where you have to kind of pay attention, because in your curriculum, some of these classes might overlap depending on what your major is. So for Ag Business, one of our required classes is Econ B2, which is actually this Area 4 requirement. So if you can get a class done for not only your major and for transfer, then that is great, and we call that double dipping, and I'm all about trying to make sure that you're efficient in your time here at Bakersfield College. So I'm going to plug in Econ B2, 3-unit class, and then I'm definitely going to put in this political science, just because in the other one they require some sort of government class. So I'm going to put that in there in case I bounce back and forth between my pathways. And then the other one, now here's the deal. I actually put History B18 up here in my Area 3, and down here you'll notice that in Area 4 there's also B18. You cannot double dip this way. You can only double dip from your major to transfer. You can't double dip on transfer curriculum. So I would have to pick a different history class if that's what I'm going for. So we'll pick History B20B. And I have no idea what that's about, so I should probably go to my courses and make sure there's no prerequisites, right? I'm hoping not. Perfect. I don't have any prerequisites, and that sounds interesting. Alright, Area 5. Let's go back to our transfer guide. Physical and biological sciences. So at least 1 physical science and 1 life science. So you have to take 1 from this area, 1 from this area, and 1 requires a lab activity. So everything that's underlined is a lab component. If you don't take 1 that doesn't have a lab, then you have to go through this laboratory sciences, group 5C. So again, paying attention to your transfer curriculum. Here is chemistry. I'm pretty sure that's a requirement for a ag business degree at Cal Poly, which it is. So I'm looking for Chem 110, which is right here. So for their chemistry class, we can take Chem 1A or Chem B2A, and it is equivalent to what they offer. So I'm going to take Chem B1A. I'm not sure how many units that is, so I'm going to go back over here. And that is, oh, let's see, there it is, 5 units. Woo, it's a doozy. So when we plan our semester plan, we probably won't want to take that with a lot of harder classes. Okay, let's go back to our transfer guide, and we need one from this area. Again, going with Ag Business, Crops B5. We've actually embedded it into your curriculum, so Crops B5 is right there. Double dip. This is where you can double dip from your major and transfer. So I'm going to plug that in. Oh, and that's a 3-unit class. And now if we go back, I've fulfilled my laboratory requirements. This is definitely between 7 to 9 units, so I'm done with area 5. Next is area 6, so our language other than English requirement. So if you've completed 2 years of high school for foreign language with a C or better, then that counts. Or they have all these other different requirements. If you've not done any of those, then you need to pick some sort of foreign language. I'm in the ag industry, so I think it's very important to learn Spanish. So I'm going to come over here and put in my Spanish B1. And I do know that that is a 4-unit class. And voila, you are done with the transfer curriculum for a UC or CSU or private education, that IGETC pattern. Now this does not equal 60 units, so this is where we kind of have to plan out between our major classes that we still have, these transfer classes, and then again all of those prerequisite classes we have to take in order to get into some of these classes, like maybe chem or those math classes I mentioned. But for now, I think we're done, and we'll move on to the semester plan in the next video series. I'm Heather, over and out.